It was a calm and sunny Saturday morning. I had just finished breakfast when I heard a knock on the door. I opened it to see my neighbor Sylvia standing there with a bright smile. We exchanged a few friendly words, and I could already tell this wasn't just a casual visit. Sylvia and her husband Martin had recently moved into the neighborhood. They were nice people, and Sylvia, well, she had a way of making conversations just a bit more playful than usual. Nothing over the top, just her way of being charming. Eventually, she got to the point. Martin's away at a conference until Monday, she said, and the kitchen faucet won't stop dripping. It's driving me crazy. I know you're handy, so I was wondering, could you help me fix it? Of course, I agreed. That's an easy fix, I told her. Just need to replace the gasket. I'll grab my tools. Do you have any spare parts? Yep. Martin got some parts, but didn't have time to do it, she said, heading to turn off the water while I grabbed my toolbox. At her place, I double-checked the faucet, replaced the worn-out gasket, and within minutes, the faucet was working like new. Wow, that was fast, she said, clearly impressed. She insisted on making me a cup of coffee as a thank you. I sat down at the table while she moved around the kitchen. That's when things got unexpectedly awkward. She reached for mugs in the top cabinet, stretching on tiptoes. Her robe shifted slightly, and I quickly looked away, not wanting to make the situation uncomfortable. Trying to keep it light, I joked, looks like even coffee mugs are hiding from you today. She laughed, blushed a little, and handed me a mug. We sipped coffee, chatted, and everything seemed fine, until I stood up to leave. Just then, the floor beneath her fridge made a creaking noise. Ugh, now that's new, she sighed. This house is falling apart. I peeked at the wooden panel. Loose floorboard, I said. Wanting to take a quick look? She hesitated. You're becoming my unofficial handyman, she smirked. But okay, if you insist. As I crouched down, she added jokingly. Just don't break anything else, or I'll make you fix my entire kitchen. We both laughed. The moment passed. I tightened the board, stood up, and gave her a thumbs up. You're all set. Call me if the fridge starts talking. On my way out, she smiled. Thanks again. And, sorry if I caused a scene earlier. This old house just gets the better of me sometimes. No problem at all, I replied. I'm always happy to help. Just no more mystery repairs tonight, okay? She laughed, waved goodbye, and closed the door. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how I became the neighborhood handyman, with a very dramatic cup of coffee in between. As I walked back to my place, toolbox in hand, I couldn't help but chuckle. Who knew fixing a faucet could turn into such an event? I made myself a sandwich and sat on the couch, ready to enjoy a quiet afternoon. But just as I took my first bite, ding-dong. Another knock at the door. I opened it. Yep, Sylvia again. Hey, so small thing, she said, holding up a light bulb. The hallway light just went out. Any chance you could give it a quick look? I raised an eyebrow, grinning. Sylvia, are you sure you didn't plan a full maintenance schedule while Martin's gone? She laughed, holding up a tiny step stool. Guilty, but this one's really quick. Promise. So back I went. A minute later, the light was fixed. I swear I'll stop bothering you, she said. Unless the toaster starts talking. I draw the line at haunted toasters, I replied. You're on your own for that one. We both laughed again. I grabbed my tools, for real this time, and started heading home. But halfway down the path, I heard her call out again. Wait, do you know anything about jammed windows? I turned around slowly, narrowed my eyes, and said, Sylvia, is this a faucet emergency or a coffee emergency? She winked. Maybe both. At that point, I couldn't say no. I walked back, thinking, well, I guess I'm booked for the afternoon. If this keeps up, I might have to start charging, or at least open a neighborhood repair shop. As I loosened the stuck window and she brought out more cookies, I realized, maybe being the go-to helper isn't such a bad gig, especially when the customers are this friendly. And that, my friends, is how I became Sylvia's part-time plumber, part-time electrician, full-time accidental hero next door. To be continued, if her TV starts speaking French tomorrow. The next morning, I was enjoying my coffee, finally at peace, when my phone buzzed. A message from Sylvia. Hey, don't freak out, but I think my Wi-Fi router just exploded. I sighed, smiled, and typed back. On my way, adding tech support to my resume. When I arrived, she opened the door in full I tried to fix it myself mode. Hair in a bun, wires tangled around her fingers, and a look of mild panic. I might have pressed All the buttons, she admitted. Of course you did, I chuckled. You've officially summoned the tech wizard. As I got to work untangling the cable chaos, she hovered close by, watching like I was performing open-heart surgery. Wow, you really know what you're doing, she said. Well, I replied, I once reset a toaster with a paperclip. So yeah, this is nothing. We both laughed. And just like that, the Wi-Fi lights blinked green. Mission complete. Okay, I officially owe you, she said. Seriously, what do you charge? Cookies in good company, I replied with a smirk. She smiled. Then you're already overpaid. We stood there for a moment, and I swear, the air shifted just a little. Then she said, Hey, since you're already here, maybe you could stay for a coffee? Only if you promise not to break anything while I drink it, I teased. No promises, she winked. As we sat on the couch, sipping coffee, laughing, and sharing stories, I realized something. Sometimes, life sends you on unexpected repair missions that fix more than just leaky faucets and jammed windows. And sometimes, the best connections start with a knock on the door.